So we just got the new clip for Avengers Endgame. It's so much fun, more exciting than before, and we're gonna break down this clip and get all the clues possible for Avengers Endgame. Stick around. What's good? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, then do this. Express your zest in knowing more about the MCU and diving through the pages of Stan Lee's great comics by subscribing and hitting the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our uploads. This is our Avengers Endgame playlist where you can get major Avengers Endgame questions answered. You can click on the playlist right here. There are over 50 videos giving your answers. You can check them out. They're all short, so you can get them as quick as possible. Alright, so we do make short daily uploads, but if today's video goes a little long, then I would apologize because there are some clues I want to talk about in this footage. It's not exactly a leaked footage, but it's released by Marvel, so we are obliged to give all kinds of clues and we can confirm certain things. So the clip starts off with the Avengers looking at the hologram of something that appears to be a planet. Now this cannot be Titan. It cannot be the Titan we saw in Avengers Infinity War because it looks a whole lot different. If you guys remember, in Avengers Infinity War or the trailers, we got to see Titan and this hologram looks nothing like that Titan. So it may be the other planet or the other place in which Thanos is currently residing. In the first Avengers Endgame trailer, we only got a glimpse of this planet as Thanos was walking by the crops. So it may be this particular planet. Now, if you guys did not know, this clip was shown to some other journalists and at CinemaCon before we audience, we fans got to see it. So those guys, the journalists who saw it way before us, said that when Nebula and Tony Stark make it back to Earth, they say that the place where Thanos is residing is known as the Garden. So that's not exactly your backyard, but the place is called as the Garden. Now Nebula knows about Thanos, so she can confirm that Thanos is indeed in this place known as the Garden. And it may be the Garden that the Avengers are looking at in this hologram. And Black Widow mentions that Thanos has used the stones once again. Now we are not sure why he's used the stones or where, but we have another theory here, but this theory contradicts about the Garden, and it may be that Thanos used the stones to convert Titan into a beautiful place. Now this could be very, very true because Thanos wanted nothing but peace and seeing the sun set down as he succeeded in his missions. Now of course he would change Titan, the entire place, which was destruction and annihilation, and he changed it into a place of peace and beauty with greenery all over it. So he might have used the stones to change the entire place. And I think the Avengers somehow got to know that the planet has changed, and I think that this message was thus conveyed. Another thing we can confirm here is the Infinity Stones are still working. Now, many people thought that after the gauntlet was damaged, somehow the Time Stone cursed Thanos that he could never use the Infinity Stones ever again. But looks like we're wrong and Thanos has indeed used the stones at the very beginning of the movie. Also, we find out that this planet that they're looking at is planet O25 and may be followed by some other numbers because I can't really see the next numbers because it's off screen. But since Captain Marvel has a radar of the entire universe and knows different planets such as the Earth known as C53, so this planet may be known as O25 or O250 or some number followed by 5. So we do know the name of this planet according to Captain Marvel as she has this on her radar. So moving on, the Avengers are currently talking about bringing back the dead superheroes. They have no idea how they're going to do it, but their main aim is to go get the stones themselves. And then Bruce Banner is dubious and he asks as to how they may not be defeated once again. How is it so sure that they're going to win this time? And Captain Marvel says that they have heard this time and that they will definitely win. Now she got her powers way back in the 90s and by now it's been pretty much a lot of years, so she would have mastered her powers and I think that her powers would be more than enough. But seeing this dialogue, seeing her attitude, it seems like every good guy in the movie who's overconfident when it comes to defeating a bad guy. You know, there are lots of examples we've seen, but they end up realizing that their powers are not enough and find other ways to defeat the bad guy. So I think this may be what's going to happen in Avengers Endgame, that Captain Marvel will be pretty overconfident about her powers, go fight Thanos, but then they might lose, and then they might come up with another strategy to defeat him. So, example could be Kung Fu Panda 3, wherein Poe believes that he could hold Kai with the whooshy finger hold, but he fails to do so. So that might happen, or if that doesn't happen, then with Captain Marvel's powers, they may actually kill Thanos very early in the movie, and we may see another major villain coming up next. Next, we also learned from Rhodey that Captain Marvel couldn't make it to Earth way before because there were other planets which needed help. Now, I would like to relate this to a question asked by a fan directly to Kevin Feige. The question was as to why Nick Fury did not contact Captain Marvel during the events of Avengers 1, 2, and the rest. Now, of course, there was trouble all the time and there was alien forces such as the Chitauri, and the question was why couldn't Nick Fury just call Captain Marvel and finish the job? Now, Kevin Feige answered with a very simple answer which was quite interesting. And he said that, how do you know that Nick Fury did not contact her? How are you so sure that he never paged Captain Marvel before? Now, this may mean that Nick Fury had actually tried to contact Captain Marvel before, but failed to do so due to many reasons which we may find out after Avengers Endgame. So we just have to wait to get the specific answer as to why she wasn't there for so many years. Of course, helping out other planets is a reason, but why didn't she get paged by Nick Fury is one question to be answered. Now, Thor is looking at Captain Marvel with a lot of suspicion and he approaches towards her and pulls the Stormbreaker towards him. Now, this was to verify whether this is Loki impersonating as someone else or whether it's really a superhero in front of him. And he is in fact getting his answer because Loki would be scared of it. We've seen this in Thor Ragnarok as well, when he does the same thing with the Mjolnir as Loki was impersonating as Odin. So Thor has confirmed that this is not Loki, and he does says that, I like this one. So we can get an answer as to why Thor was looking at her with suspicion. And then the Avengers are actually ready to go to that planet to get to Thanos so that they can beat him up and get the Infinity Stones. Now, when Cap says this, he's pretty serious, and even in the Avengers Endgame trailer, we saw that the superheroes were aboard the Benatar. This may be with the help of Rocket, and they may hop onto the Benatar, use its speed and all its mechanisms, and make it to the place where Thanos is as quickly as possible so that they could try their best to defeat him. And if you guys enjoy daily uploads coming out on Marvel, which are short, that's giving your answers as quick as possible, then consider subscribing by going for the head, and do not forget to click on either of these videos to continue watching. I still believe in superheroes. Do you?